Hey everybody, welcome back to the Beardy and the Baldy channel. I am the Beardy, and I'm here to bring you Beardy's books for Wednesday, May 31st, 2017. It is the last Wednesday in May, so this will be the last Beardy's books for the month of May. But June is only a week away, actually a day away, but new June comics start next week. That said, this is a really exciting week, I think, for a lot of comic fans and beyond comic fans as well, because Wonder Woman is finally getting a theatrical movie, and I will be seeing it with the Comics Connection on Thursday night. I'm very excited about this movie, just because I think Wonder Woman is such a fantastic character, and she was definitely the best part of the Batman v Superman from last year. So, really excited to see what they do with this movie. She's not a character I've been a lifelong fan of, but with DC's New 52 back in 2011, I jumped on board with her book then, from Brian Azzarello and Cliff Chiang, and I really liked what they did with it. Kind of sad to see that story, what they've been doing with the Rebirth, how that story's gotten kind of... It still happened, but how they kind of undid those things, I thought it was really cool. But I'm excited, again, all things going forward. It still feels like a lot of the things I fell in love with about the character and who she is and what she represents during the Cliff Chiang and Brian Azzarello run feels like it's still part of this character, and actually it just feels even more so now. But all that said, very much looking forward to the Wonder Woman movie tomorrow night, and I'll be having a review here this weekend, and try to see if I can get the Baldy to join me for this, because I know he is hopefully going to see it himself sometime soon. So maybe I'll do my review, and if I can't get him on board, we'll meet up and do another, like a joint back and forth about it later. But anyway, this is Beardy's Books, my comic haul run for Wednesday, May 31st, and we're going to start off with a new Marvel #1. Like I said, I've been, over the last year and a half, 2 years since Secret Wars ended, I've been trying to at least check out all the #1 issues that Marvel's doing, just to give these things a shot, see what they are like. And next is a new X title, Cable, everybody's favorite future mutant, or time-traveling mutant, I should say. The son of Cyclops got whisked away to the future, and it's written by James Robinson and Carlos Pacheco. The artwork's actually pretty good. I really like his art style. There's this, I don't think we really need to, I don't think this is a spoiler, because it's a book about Cable, so he's got to show up at some point. That's a pretty cool splash page there. I really dig the color in this book. I'm used to Cable having a much grittier, darker tone, but Raphael Fonteries, I apologize for saying these names wrong, was the inker, and Jesus Burtov is the colorist, and the colors in this book are fantastic. I don't want to show too much to spoil anything, but it's just very bright, lots of color. It feels very much Cable, but it also feels very much, classic superhero-y comic with all the bright colors and everything. It was pretty cool. So if you are a Cable fan, you definitely don't want to miss this. I'm not a huge Cable fan myself, but it was a good issue, well told. We'll see what happens next month when the new issue comes out, but there it is. There's actually time travel going on, and it's not just him caught up in some X-Men plot. So, which, me, I love the X-Men, but it's always nice to see some of these characters do their own thing. Speaking of characters doing their own thing, new from Ted Naife. I don't have the slightest clue on how to pronounce his last name, but he's the creator, writer, artist for Polly and the Pirates, Princess Ugg, and other books. This is his newest adventure, Heroines. It is about Marcy Madison? Marcy Madison is graduating from her college when a supervillain attack happens, and heroes come to rescue the day, and she actually kind of outs herself as a powered being, and when she gets taken to their was it the New Centurymen headquarters, kind of an Avengers, excuse me, Justice League type headquarters. Is pretty clear they don't want a girl around, and it's kind of funny and humorous. And so she's like, "All right, fine, I'll go make my own team of female heroes, and we'll go right all the wrongs with the world." It's surprisingly got a lot of heart to it. Um, some of it feels like uh, maybe he's trying a little too hard to make a point with some of the things, but they're not necessarily points. They are points that probably do need to be made. They feel uh, it's done playfully and I think wittily, but again sometimes it comes a little preachy. But it was fun. The artwork is great. I'm really intrigued. It's a great cast of characters. Um, it's it's a lot of fun. So I'm definitely I am not complaining about these things. Um, but check out some of the artwork here. Uh, so yeah, it's just it was a lot of fun seeing like a whole team of heroes come together and all their problems and issues. And it'll be interesting to see where the story goes. So check that out. Heroine's out. I believe it's just a mini series. I think 5 or 6 issues. Um, Starting today. Um, Next up is Black Science, issue 30 from Rick Remender and Matteo Scalera, with colors by Marino Dionisio. And this book, I'm just going to have to do a whole review just on Black Science, because it feels like teasing each issue each month is not giving enough justice to this book, because it's issue 30. It's been going on for several years now, and it is crazy, insane in depth. Go back to the beginning. There are 6, I believe, 5 or 6 trades out now of it. One big deluxe hardcover that I think collects the first 2 or 3 volumes. But it's a crazy great adventure, so definitely check out Black Science. And speaking of crazy awesome adventures, Saga number 43 is out. I love this zebra. It kind of reminds me of the Yike Stripes, I think was the zebra with chewing gum with all the different crazy colored stripes. I love this cover. This is a great issue. It picks up obviously after the last issue, but with the dramatic events of what happened to Fiona and Marco's baby. And it's great. Like this, I think they deal with a very prominent issue in today's society in this book, as done through Hazel, the little girl. And I think they approach it very well compared to Heroines, where it's kind of like right on the nose. This feels like genuine and heartwarming. When you see when Hazel talks to I'm blanking on her name here. There's so many crazy names in this book, it's hard to keep everybody straight sometimes. Petrichor. When she talks to Petrichor and asks her some questions. But it's, again, Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples telling a crazy, amazing, heart-wrenching, action-packed sci-fi adventure that is just gorgeous and beautiful and amazing. So there's some crazy, we get some of the crazy Saga stuff in this. If you've been following this series, you will probably not be shocked by what you see in this, but anyone picking this up for the first time, you are in for a treat and maybe some shocks. So check out Saga. And yeah, so I just love this series. These characters are amazing. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this all plays out, because Brian K. Vaughan's one of his other series that I really liked, Why the Last Man. It was one of those stories that, by the time you get to the end of it, you kind of see a bigger picture of what's been going on the whole time. And I really don't want Saga to end, but I'm curious to see, the big picture at the end when it does end, like how it all plays back. And so yeah, beautiful artwork, beautiful storytelling, great characters. Saga is great. Again, if you have not been reading this, go out and get it now. There's 7 trade paperbacks available, 2 deluxe hardcovers, each collecting 3 volumes, and more to come. So check out Saga. Cannot recommend that book enough. Saga, Saga, Saga. And last for the week, which I'm really happy that this book came out now. It's obviously very timely, like I said, with the Wonder Woman movie coming out. But I read Wonder Woman for 3 years under the Brian Azzarello and Cliff Chang, and I never got a Wonder Woman annual until the end. And it felt like that story was a key point of storytelling that I felt like should have come somewhere earlier. Because it came after the series, their story arc wrapped up, and it felt out of place informationally. And maybe it gave away too much, I don't know. But it was a great issue. But, waiting 3 years for an annual, or no, was that in the, I don't even remember now. No, I think that was in the Secret Origins, maybe, actually, the story I'm thinking of. Anyway, Wonder Woman Annual #1 for the Rebirth era. And this book is fantastic. Greg Rucka and Nicola Scott tell the first story, which ties into the whole Wonder Woman Year 1 story that they've been doing, where she first leaves Themyscira and comes to the United States with Steve Trevor and meets Amanda Waller and all this stuff. And so this story was really cool in the first one because you get to see her meeting Batman and Superman for the first time, and I really liked what they did there. Again, I think it really portrays this great character in such an awesome way, in contrast to the two guys. And there's a couple other short stories in here. There's one with King Shark, one set in a Japanese village, and then there's another really fun one called The Last Kaiju, from Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing and David LaFuente on art, and it was just a lot of fun. I really, I'm going to show you this because I just really thought this was cool. And you got Wonder Woman going up against a kaiju. And again, it's a story that you're not quite expecting the way to play out the way it does. So it was a lot of fun. So Wonder Woman Annual #1 is probably my top pick for the week. It was great, a lot of fun, great stories. That and Saga and Wonder Woman Annual are tied for Beardy's top picks of the week. So check these books out. There's a whole lot of other books out this week as well. If you're in Mechanicsburg or York area, make sure you stop into Comics Connection, either store. We've got all the Wonder Woman pops for the movie out. Some of the Spider-Man Homecoming pops are out, and we've got some Predator and Alien statues. New, what do they call it? The Hero Collection Eagle Moss. If you're into those, the lead figure, the chess pieces they've done, they're now doing like larger scale figurines in the Alien and Predator universe, and lots of other stuff. Old Man Logan PVC series in the Marvel Gallery style is out today, and a whole bunch of other stuff. A lot of great books, a lot of great things to check out. So stop into Comics Connection, grab your books, and make sure you pick up Wonder Woman Annual #1. And if you're in, again, either the York or Mechanicsburg area this weekend, we are doing Wonder Woman Day on Saturday. Check out the Facebook page for either store or both stores, and you'll see all the details of what we've got going on there. In the meantime, I am the Beardy, signing off for the day. Hope you have a wonderful Wednesday, and hit me up with whatever books you liked this week or anything you liked in the list I had today. So we'll catch you later. Peace.